Good Monday afternoon. This is your Loudoun County Weather Outlook, and I did think it was good to do an outlook because we get some changeable weather happening. Not so much this week, but as we go into early next week. Right now, we're dealing with pretty nice conditions in the 60s pretty much throughout the week. We'll stay pretty much the same, although by Wednesday, we get into some southerly winds here, and that could knock our temperatures up into the low 70s, probably do a little bit better. Then we get a little influence of some northwesterly flow here as we get later into to the week. That'll bring our temperatures down a little bit, and we see that kind of come through here on Thursday. And then a front coming through later on Friday and Friday night into early Saturday. You see that front come through. When it comes through, will help determine whether or not we see some rain on Saturday. We see it Friday night. We're now forecast is kind of tipping towards late Friday, early on Saturday. Not a lot of rain. And pretty nice weather in general. Highs again into the 60s. And then low 60s on Sunday with some late afternoon or evening showers possible. With this next system, you do see this system coming. It's a very strong low pressure system moving across. And it is dragging a bunch of cold air into the United States. This will bring very chilly conditions. So Sunday to Monday, this front comes through and it gets very windy. First out of the southwest. So there's a strong winds out in front of the front. We may see some showers that day on Monday. And then the front comes through and our temperatures tank. It's going to get cool. Nighttime lows will probably be in the 30s because of all the wind and not necessarily the 20s on Monday night. And then on Tuesday, highs on Tuesday may not get out of the upper 30s, low 40s. I suspect it'll probably be in the 40s. That's pretty chilly. Nighttime lows probably into the 20s. And you see this area of cool air sticks around. It tries to stick around. We stay to the east of the high and some colder air trying to pull in here. And a big low up here in Canada, helping to keep us chilly for a couple days. So Tuesday, we're still staying chilly, but we're seeing a rebound here with temperatures as we head towards Wednesday. So it is short-lived, breezy conditions in from the southwest. Should warm our temperatures up some. This isn't super warm, though. We're pretty cool. I mean, seasonally cool, maybe a little bit below average after that, but definitely not as cold as it will be Monday late and on Tuesday. Then we kind of relax a little bit, and then a reinforcing shot here on this weather forecast map. Not sure if this is true or not. If it does, cold air is going to slip down here to the east again and cool us off with some more wind out of the north. Looks pretty dry in general, though, in this entire time frame. I do want to show the European because that will be interesting. After that cool air exits, we get into a southwest flow here, and southerly flow. I do see a pretty big warm-up towards the middle of the month, and that's pretty consistent in both models. The warm-up won't last too long. Here's a high to the north. It's going to fall down cool air again. Not cold air, but cooler air. So, though we warm up for a few days, we would cool back off and not be super cool. And then here comes another bubbling warm-up in the middle part of the month. So, I mentioned I wanted to share the European model because a little bit more interesting as far as precip sticking around. And the GFS model showed this as well. So, pretty similar as far as the front coming through here, but not as wet maybe on the model. Here it comes. Pretty quick through here on early Saturday and then drying up during the day on Saturday. Then here comes the reinforcing shot of colder air in here on Monday, and that's consistent now between both models. But you see some moisture lagging behind here as the upper level system here kind of comes through. This is a little interesting because that could provide enough instability right over top of us, if this is true, for snow showers to be in the area. So at least snow and rain mixed showers. We'll see if this comes true. I mean, I want to say it's possible. I won't say it's for certain. But even here, you see the warm-up to the next week, and then I think the dramatic cool down here from the high to the north does not show up. So, which I think is a little more realistic. So, we cool off for that quick shot, and then things move out. What I am looking for is late in the month, so maybe the week before or the week of Thanksgiving, things to really, really cool off. As far as forecasts of precipitation goes, not a whole lot. We're pretty dry over the next week. Even with the showers that will come through, unless they're accompanied by some thunderstorms, we're not going to get that much rain. So over the next 7 days, you see a tenth to 2/10 of an inch at the most. I'm not really expecting that much. Even if we get any showers, I think we could up this a little bit on Friday night. That's about it. That's it. Interesting weather ahead. Enjoy this week. It'll be pretty darn warm compared to early next week when it'll be really cold. Have a good one.